What's going on, everyone? This is Tyler with Crystal Beast TCG, and I'm going to do something today that I did not expect to be doing this soon. But I'm going to be doing a reaction video actually to the interview between Harley at HD Cards and Collectibles and Brian at PokeNE. This stream happened last week, and honestly, I tuned in for the whole thing, and it was a fantastic stream. So if you have not seen this stream yet, definitely go check it out on Harley's YouTube channel. It's in the live section. Go check it out there. It is a fantastic interview to watch. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right in and do some reactions to some of the stuff that was talked about.
Yes. The credibility check, Shillionaire himself, Brian with PokeNE.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Thanks for having me on the channel, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you who haven't heard Brian's story, I'm just going to give a very quick high-level overview. Brian was an eBay flipper and serial entrepreneur who had a day job as a realtor. Then he became the Pokemon business mogul that we know him as today. He started out flipping Charizard Grand Prix cards, then moved into Japanese. And he was featured on Vice with his wife in his first year of business. And just in that first year, they went on to do over $1 million in sales, which is crazy for a first year of any business.
That's quite a summary. Yeah, the Vice one, that's a deep cut.
Harley definitely did his due diligence, looking up all the stuff with Brian. All the stuff with Brian's on his channel, but there's a lot of videos that have to go through to be able to collect all of that information. He did his homework, that's for sure.
Now let's get into some like beginner friendly business questions. Do you think it's still possible, and I don't think you've ever preached it as something people should do, but something that people could do, is start a Pokemon business?
Yeah, I think so. I think any time is a horrible time and a great time, because
that's kind of how I took it too, because I've been watching PokeNE for the last 6, 7, 8 months now, I think, somewhere around there, and that was my thought process. And just watching his videos, he says the same thing throughout all his videos. He's extremely consistent with all the things that he says, and yeah, his thing was like, right now is the time. If you want to do it, right now is the time. There's a good times, bad times, but there's the best time is right now. So that's what I took to heart whenever I was listening to him, and what got me to start my own business on the side of it.
There's people think what I do is like impressive because like the sales are high, but you got to remember that I and all my competition, we are literally riding the coattails of a $160 billion empire. All we need to do is sell a percent of 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 their stuff, and we can make like $1 million a year.
That's my goal. Just a percent of a percent of a percent of a percent. Like it doesn't need to be a ton. It's just got to be a small little bit. This is the largest IP in the world. Just taking a small fraction of that, and for the card sales, hey, that gets me a decent livelihood for my family, myself, and it's really what it's about. But also, having fun with all this too. Selling Pokemon cards, that's just fun in general. So yeah, that's really what my goal is, just trying to get that small little fraction, small tiny little fraction.
I know you don't do courses, you don't hide anything behind a paywall, you don't even offer people advice if they're willing to pay you. But hypothetically, if someone paid you for advice, what one piece of advice would you give them in regards to Pokemon?
This is where it gets to me, where it kind of hit home with me, very much so. So let's listen into this part.
Business.
Yeah, well, that's true. I don't do anything money adjacent. I don't like that. But I think the number one piece of advice people need to listen to is just like slow the hell down. There are so many people that watch me and people much larger than me. They'll watch Rev. They'll be like, oh, well, all he's doing is opening cards. I know how to do that. Oh, Rev named that Pokemon wrong. He's not, he mispronounced an Alolan name. Like, he's an idiot. I could do better than him. And so then they go and they open packs, and he's not doing anything complex. He's not doing anything special. He sets up 2 cameras and he opens cards. Big deal. But he built the brand. And so I think that's where a lot of people think they can just kind of like, if they do what we do, then they're going to be there. And it's like, no, take your time, slow the hell down, and don't spend too much. That's the number one. Don't invest a bunch of money in building a brand, because you don't need to invest $1. Everyone's like, oh, there's no such thing as a business without startup. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's using your phone, making YouTube videos, and not opening shit. Don't open things. Don't buy things. Don't testing out the 1-star card shops in my city and buying PokeRev mystery pack. Don't do any of that. My number one piece of advice.
And that's where I started off as a, I wouldn't say I'm failed with that piece of advice, but if you see my shorts, I have the booster pack a day to keep the professor away, and I'm opening up a single pack almost every day just to show off what cards are in there. That's my attempt at building a brand. It goes completely against what Brian is saying here, and I'm not saying that Brian's wrong. Brian is very highly right with all of this, or highly correct with all of this. But that was just the first thought of my brain. Hey, let me just start building a brand, building kind of who I am off of just opening a single booster pack. The cost, in my opinion, was decently low, but also the cards that I was going to be using for these openings, I plan to sell them, or sell them to make some type of money off of it in the long run. Of course, a lot of it's going to be bulk. I'm not getting hits every single pack. Most cards people don't care about, but hey, sometimes that bulk of 20 cards for $5, hey, people will like that maybe. So that's kind of my take with it. Is I'm just going to open up a bunch of them, and I wouldn't say open up a bunch of them, open up a single booster pack a day, and just sell those cards off, but also give that a little bit of entertainment with it as well. Am I spending a lot of money on Pokemon cards? Yes. Am I spending too much on English Pokemon cards when I don't have a distributor? Yes. My wife would agree, and she would be willing to show the bank statements with all of that to prove that is accurate. So I won't lie about that. His first piece of advice is, don't go buy things and start opening them just because these other groups are. Well, I kind of started that already, but hopefully I can build something up with it, and maybe I will slow down a little bit later on as they put out more videos. But that's kind of what I got going for me right now, and I'm hoping it will continue to build. I don't know if people will keep watching it, but it will be. It's just also entertaining for me. It's entertaining for my son too. My son likes to watch me open up these packs. He's usually off camera, off to the side as I'm opening up these packs. So, yeah.
So we save your money, make a brand. You see all these people. I mean, freaking Opossum-Butt I always shout out, because he's got probably like the lowest quality setup ever. Like it's a crappy microphone on a piece of string. And nothing he does is complex at all. He literally just shares his opinion, and I've said it to him straight to his face. He doesn't do anything at all. He just talks, and and he's got like 30,000 subs, and he's not a business guy. But if he was, he could start a business that would compete with mine, because he's got a brand. So just slow down and don't spend money. You don't need it.
Yeah, when I started my Pokemon business, anyone who's seen my channel knows that that's what I'm doing here and why Brian is on the channel. I mainly started with selling my own collection, and then I bought a few collections at like decent percentages and flipped those before I ever started importing Japanese cards. And full disclosure, I am like floating a 0% business credit card to like cover things.
Nice.
For like the larger orders, but I'm not going crazy, and I'm not putting anything more on that credit card than I have like in cash ready to pay it off when that 0%'s over, because
Beautiful.
going like super into debt is just way scary.
If you know anything about Harley, if you watch any of his channels or any of his videos on his channel, he's got wife, kid, and so yeah, like I have wife, 3 kids. I even the floating the 0% credit card is really touchy for me. I not a whole Dave Ramsey kind of a person, like not fully into it, but floating the debt, that just it would hurt me inside to do that at such a large scale, or even a couple $1,000s. Where I'm like, could I pay it off right away? Yeah, but it's like I don't really want to get into that mindset of doing things like that. So, you know, there's some people who can do it and can do it well. I don't know if I'm that kind of person.
Yeah, and I mean, and I should mention, like, for the record, we definitely leverage debt to scale. I think debt's great if you're responsible, like you said, you have the cash to pay it off. Shit, it's fan, you're solid. But yeah, leveraging debt it's awesome if you don't go crazy. I went crazy. I did it very irresponsibly, but it worked out. But yeah, leveraging debt.
It doesn't always work out for everyone. I don't expect it to work out for me very well in that way, or at least I'm not that I won't be, not that it couldn't work out for me, but I just don't. Like I don't want to put my family into the position if it doesn't work out for me. So that's where it's like totally like doesn't like I totally get from his like he dropped a large sum of money. He went from like a couple thousand to like 10 grand really fast, and hey, he was selling cards left and right, which is great for him. Again, he's huge, so worked out for him.
It's powerful. It's a good tool.
Yeah, it's definitely what I've heard is treat it like a chainsaw. It's a good tool, but very dangerous.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What are some mistakes that you see just about every new Pokemon business make, other than like the over leveraging or buying too much or opening that we've already covered?
Yeah, well, all of those for sure. I think a lot of folks, I know this is kind of buying everything, but a lot of folks start out when a new set is out, like Destined Rivals, for example, and they think, oh, this is the new thing. I need to buy 1 million cases of these. And this isn't really as much of a problem now because, like, you can't buy anything anyway. Like, there's no distributors, there's no product on the shelves. But in general, people, like with Japanese stuff, the new black and white set coming out, there's a lot of stores who are going to be starting out right now, a lot of online businesses, and they're going to be like, oh, black and white, that's the new hot thing. I'm going to buy 40 cases of it because it's hot. And they don't have anyone to sell it to. And then by the time they even get a dent made in those 40 cases, the next set's out, the Mega Evolution set. And so then what they'll do is they'll either be out of money and then they're screwed and they'll try to sell black and white, which, as you know, no one gives a shit about a set when the next set's revealed. Like, everything just ends. Destined Rivals, who? Like, nobody cares about Destined Rivals anymore. Journey Together, who? What? So they'll go too hard on the new hot thing before they build an audience that they can sell to or rip and ship or whatever to.
That's hearing that was actually really helpful to me. Like, it was really good for me to hear, because like I had this similar thought process of like I could go and try to buy a full case of these of black and white, spend a couple grand, and I could try to sell them to people, but I don't got people to sell them to. Even right now, I'll admit, I don't have too many people to sell them to. I don't have people traffic being driven to my website on a regular basis. I don't have a ton of people to sell to, so I'm like, I actually decided to not invest in black and white. I'd rather. I thought about it and I decided. I actually threw a poll up on a Discord server and asked if they would prefer Terrestrial Festival versus black versus white, and all the votes that I got were all Terrestrial Festival, or at least the large majority of them were Terrestrial Festival. I was like, okay, that makes the most sense. Like, people want that set still. It's an older set by 6 or 8 months, but people still want it. Where like, yeah, everyone wants black and white, but it's also so expensive. And this Terrestrial Festival is actually cheaper per box right now than the black and white set. And maybe if I wait a few weeks, which Brian has given that advice before. Wait 2-3 weeks, these prices will get cheaper, especially for, it was a heat wave arena, I think it was, that he'd mentioned that. And he was right. They got a lot cheaper shortly after they were initially released. It's likely going to be the same with black and white. Will it be exactly the same? No. I mean, Glory of Team Rocket's still super high right now with the cost. But will it go down in time? Yeah. Will people still want it? Likely. It's a really good set. And then the combo of Heatwave and Glory of Team Rocket is also a fantastic set within Destined Rivals. So I bowed out of black and white. I decided that I was not going to be doing black and white right now, and I invested in Terrestrial Festival, seeing if people will want to purchase that off my site, because that's just the new hot item, and it's still a hot item even though it's an older box. So hey, plug, go check out my website and check out the Terrestrial Festival boxes I have on sale. So, but yeah, let's hop back in.
And what they need to do is just start again, very, very small. That's what you need to do, because if you spend all your money on like the current hot thing, you won't be able to buy the next hot thing. And so,
yeah,
go small, grow small. For a different mistake I see a lot, it's just a lack of content. You'll get these people who want to start like a business and a brand, and all they do is like, I don't know, open a pack, and all you see is their hands.
That's me. Here's my hands. You've seen my hands. If Booster Pack a day, that's me.
Like Kesha in the background. Zero people have Kesha in the Kesha came to my mind, and it's like, well, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like, what's he? It's just a card pack, Pat Flynn, he's got the whole should I open it, should I keep it sealed? That's a brand. That is a brandable thing. He's probably got that trademarked. But a lot of folks try to kind of emulate that, but they don't have the brand element, so no one knows who the hell they are. And now card packs are so goddamn expensive that every time you open a Fusion Strike pack, it's like $8, and like 27 people see it, you get 14 likes, and it's like nothing got accomplished.
That's true. Like, yeah, I'm not opening the super expensive packs. I'm opening up the most recent ones, even though, yeah, sure, they're valued at higher amounts right now, but at the same time, I'm not opening these massively expensive packs. But yeah, that's the piece that hit me. It was like, that's me trying to do something like that. But it's like, I don't know. I think though, too, like a response to that is like, I'm doing a lot of these in the hopes that you catch one and maybe you'll catch the rest of them too. Maybe you'll go on a binge. Like whenever I told friends about this, even a few weeks, like after I think I'm at like week 4 right now with it. And I told them about it, and they just binged through all of mine. Even though, yeah, they're my friends, they're doing it because they're watching my content as my friends. But they binged through all of them just to see what see what was going on with it. So that's kind of my thought process, is doing the consistent. I think that's the I'll catch them. Doing one a day is not about the amount of views, but it's the amount of content that you're putting out there. And so I'm putting out a bunch of it just to see, like, hey, maybe if I can start them with one. Maybe we'll just binge back through the early ones, and then hopefully they'll come back for more videos. They'll enjoy them. They'll want to keep watching them. But that's the idea, is like putting out a bunch of content in that manner to just get people to my website, or to my YouTube channel, and then also to my website.
Here, what opportunities do you still think exist for new Pokemon business owners, or just Pokemon business owners in general?
Can't stress it enough. Content, the algorithm. These people don't know. How long have you been on YouTube?
Just since February, so not very long. I have like 9 videos in total.
Okay, so
Same here. Very few. But hey, we're thriving. We're making the content.
So you might not know. Most people don't know this. They think that when I upload a video and it gets 20,000 views, they think, oh, well, that's because PokeNE's big, or he's a big deal, or whatever. No. This is the result of algorithms doing algorithmic things. This that we're in right now is not typical. This is as strange as the bull market in Pokemon. At some point, things will shift and we'll go back to normal, and you will see my videos getting 5,000 views, videos from you at your current subscriber growth getting 200 views, videos from Rev getting 60,000 views. This is going to happen, and it's going to happen faster than you want to admit or you think will happen. This whole, if you're not taking advantage of the algorithm right now, you are missing out on literally a career. Because if you can build an audience now, when things do slow down, both algorithmically and, you know, business market wise, you'll be set if you start now. People think it's hard to grow their YouTube channel today, and it is. I'm not gonna like say, oh yeah, you guys suck, you guys should be famous. It is. It's way harder. This is a very, very strange time because I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I'm telling you, if you think you're doing badly on YouTube now, triple down on it because you're probably doing pretty okay. But do not give up and do not stall. The boom market on YouTube is going to end way faster than it does on the market. You guys don't understand. The algorithm is going to change, and you have no clue how easy you will have it. Anyone out there that wants to start a business, you are in easy mode right now. So turn the damn camera on. I promise you, it will end.
Here I am, camera's on, trying to get these going. He's right though. It is a really weird time. I mean, the algorithm is focusing on a lot of things that are in the news right now, and Pokemon is in the news like crazy right now with the scalpers, with the fights, with all the lines going. And I mean, I just saw a news article from my hometown where someone got arrested for speeding, because they were heading to the next Costco to get the next prismatic bundle at the next Costco down the next city. Like, it's everywhere. Everything's Pokemon right now, and at least from what I see, a lot of things are Pokemon. A lot of things pop up as Pokemon, because it's not just in this bubble. It's everywhere. Like, it's on the news. People are talking about it all the time, and it will die off. I think the video that actually Brian just posted recently is like with what happened 2 years ago from Rudy at Alpha Investments, like where he was just buying pallets and pallets of Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, Paldea Evolved, like, because no one wanted to buy it. We're in the up cycle right now. We're gonna hit a down cycle, and I say that, I mean, I don't fear that, honestly, because I see the positions that these other individuals are in, and I want to get to a position like that where I can just buy a large sum of it and then hold on to it and sell it, and then maybe sell it later for even higher value. The investment side of it, but also not terribly investing. Like, I don't plan to get like super invested into and like a super investor in all of it, but like getting some, reselling it or selling it off, and keeping some for a little later on, sell later on for a little higher, whenever that next that next high in the roller coaster comes, because it's gonna come. It's gonna come up, and then it's gonna go down again. It's gonna come up, it's gonna go down again. Every 5 years, that's kind of the cycle with all this. And we're coming into the 30th year, so we're like coming hard into that 30th year with it at the top of this, and who knows what's gonna happen after it. It's likely gonna crash or go down afterwards, or it's gonna maybe tank a bit right before, then it's gonna kick it back up a little bit and then drop back down again. But who knows what's going to actually happen, but that's kind of where we're at with it. It's really what's happening with it right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got a pretty good reception. My very first video, like 1 subscriber, and then I think my first video had like 4,000 views. And I know just from, anecdotally, that is not typical at all.
No, absolutely not. You can do it again and again and again. Like, you could absolutely replicate that process, but in 2 months, maybe not. 6 months, probably not. 1 year, definitely not. Like, yeah, we are not in, what do they always say now? This isn't social media anymore. We're in interest media. So the word social media is outdated. Now we're in interest media, where it doesn't matter how many people are in your social group, aka your subscriber list or your follower list. It matters what topic you're discussing, because the algorithm's going to find your audience. Like, anyone out there at home, like, you're probably not subscribed to I don't know, Urban Explorers or something, but you see some cool kids exploring an abandoned mall one day on your feed, and you're like, oh, this is cool shit. You watch one video and then you get all these abandoned mall exploration videos.
now it's going to be on my feed because he's talking about it. I got my phone next to me, so now I'm going to have to deal with those on my feed now. But no, he's right. Like if I have a buddy who's all the way in North Carolina. We text each other. We don't talk to each other on the phone very often. And I was texting him. I had not told him that I had started a Pokemon business. But then I eventually, whenever I did tell him, he goes, "Oh yeah, I saw something about opening Pokemon cards on my YouTube or my Instagram." I was like, "Yeah, that's how this algorithm works." Like whether it was from our communication and our conversation, or it was from somewhere that he's around right now, that's connected to all that. It's all it takes is just a small little conversation about whatever it is. It picks it up, it starts running with it, and it starts building your algorithm on your feed with all of that stuff. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to deal with whatever this is going to go into now, because that's what I'm going to be listening to, because that's what it's hearing me talk about, or hearing Brian talk about. So thanks for that, Brian. Appreciate it. All right, everyone, I'm going to cut it off right there. I know I barely got into the video, and there's still a lot of the video left of it. But hey, go check out HD Cards and Collectibles. Go watch that whole live stream. It is a fantastic live stream just to sit down and watch it. If you're not watching it, watching it directly, put on in your AirPods or put in your headphones and do a workout and listen to this thing. It's a fun one to listen to. So definitely go check it out. But with that, please make sure my side, like, subscribe, and go check out my website. I've got cards up there, Japanese cards, a lot of older English singles. Definitely go check it out. And yeah, look forward to talking to you all in the next one.